Hey everybody, Boneful here. So we are finally going to drill up the Storm Identity, the Belmo ball. Now that they released the new one, I don't need to save these anymore, so I'm gonna drill one up. This is the original one that I got about 2 months ago. And another cool thing that I got today too is banners on the cheap. We are now official. So I got this banner today. It was around 35 bucks. 2 foot by 4 foot banner. I just sent them an image and they made it into a banner, which is pretty cool. So banners on the cheap. If you're looking for a banner, and we are now official. So I got the Boneful Pro Shop Garage officially in business with my new banner. And we are going to drill up the Storm Identity. So first we're going to lay it out and then drill it up and install the grips and Jopo. All right, we are going to do a layout of 65 by 4 by 30. Let me know if you guys have this ball or if you missed out on this one and you're getting the new one. I bought 2 of these thinking that they were going to be increasing in value. And then once they released the next one, the new one, the really cool looking one, I said, you know what, I'm drilling it. I'm not going to keep this anymore because the price of it went down dramatically. We're going to do 65. So this layout is very similar to my Track Stealth Pearl, which I love the shape of that one. I know it's a symmetrical and this is asymmetrical, but speaking of Track Stealth Pearl, or sorry, Track Stealth, I don't know if you saw my short the other day, but the damn ball cracked on me. I bought it in September 2024 from the Pro Shop, and it cracked on me. So it was the last ball for me to review out of all my balls, and it looked like it did not want to be reviewed. So it cracked itself. And I take very good care of my bowling balls, and contacted my PSO and said, hey man, got a cracked bowling ball here. What the hell? I just bought it from you. I have maybe 20 to 30 games tops with it. I don't even have that many games with it. I store it correctly. I have it in a tote underneath my bed, protected from all different types of weather. And I pulled it out and there was a giant crack around it. If you haven't seen it, check one of my shorts. I filmed a little short video on it. All right, 1 3/4. So, like I said, I contacted my PSO and he said, tough shit, nothing I can do about it. And so I contacted Track, and they have a warranty program. The ball, it's pretty much for their balls, have a 2-year warranty free from defects. So we'll see what Track decides to do. It's been a few days. Maybe I'll hear back from them on Monday. Sent them a bunch of pictures of the ball and told them that I take meticulous care of my bowling balls. So we'll see what they do. Have any of you guys had a cracked ball, and was it covered under warranty? And if so, what did the company do for you? We're gonna go 2 1/4 here, or sorry, 2 1/8. So my very first cracked bowling ball, I mean, I had a Brunswick C Series from, oops, need to go down a little further, from 2012 that I had brought out and I had kept in a bag in my garage, and the damn thing cracked on me. But that's like 12-year-old ball. I expect something like that, but not a ball that I just bought late last year. So hopefully they caught me. I know they don't make Track Stealth solids anymore, but I'm kind of curious of what they'll do, if they'll give me like a replacement, like a mode or something. I don't know. All right, 4 1/4. And 4 1/4. All right. And I use this middle section, this tiny little section on the Pro Sect. And all I do is a line there and a line there. And that gives me a 1/4 inch if I do the measurement on that. Let's do this here. And both my fingers are a 1/4 inch, so let's do a double check on the numbers here. Okay, 4 1/4 and 4 1/4. All right, we're good to go. That's where the layout is. Puts the pin pretty much directly over both my fingers by about 2 inches. Okay. I've got yellow Jopo and yellow turbos that I will install in this because I think yellow will look pretty cool with the logo like that. And next thing we're going to do is put it on the drill press. All right, we've got it on the drill press. We've got the 31/32 bit in there. We've got the RPM set for 440. We've got the table locked down. We've got the jig locked down. We've got our measurements double checked. All the stuff you want to do. You want to make sure you check all this stuff. You don't want to mess up. This is a very expensive ball that you can't get anymore. The last thing I want to do is mess it up. So it doesn't hurt to double check or triple check everything and to make sure everything's locked down. And let's get her done. All right, hitting those lines perfectly. And I had put this drill bit like a fraction of an inch, like maybe 1/16 of an inch above the ball. So I can actually go to about 2 1/4. Nice and gradual. There's that brown stuff coming out of the ball. Only on SPI balls do you get that brown inner core material. And it does not smell very good. And I ended up putting duct tape on the edge of this just because when I was using this vacuum and I was doing this, it just kind of put scratches on there on the top here, and I didn't like that. So you can do that with your vacuum. It doesn't hinder the vacuum suction at all. But we'll see. I did that the last couple of balls, so we'll see how that holds up. All right, now we're gonna do the middle finger. Once again, double check your measurements. My table's tightened down. I haven't touched the drill press table. I've got the XY table set for the pitch. We've got 5/16 table right. Boom, got that one. And 5/16 table forward. We haven't touched that from the last one. And right on the lines again, perfect. Doing a nice gradual couple, about a 1 to 2 pound pressure going down, maybe 3 tops. And there we go for the fingers. We'll loosen the table up a little bit and vacuum the holes out. Ooh. All right, don't need this bit anymore. So another cool thing that I just did the other day to hold my bits, I had them in the drawer. So I used to hold my bits in the drawer there. What was it, second drawer down? And I've had this, I got this, it's like a magnetic tray that you get at Harbor Freight for $14.99. I'm sitting there looking at it going, I could drill some holes in there and just have my drill bits sticking out. So that's exactly what I did. So if you guys are looking for a cheap alternative to a drill bit holder, because I know some certain bowling ball brand drill bit holders are ridiculously expensive. And if you're like me, like saving a buck, just get one of these and drill some holes in it. Now granted, if you have a whole set of bowling or drill bits, it's probably not going to work. The magnets probably won't be strong enough, but the magnets are ridiculously strong for all the bits you see in there. And I could probably fit in maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 more bits. I mean, I could fit them, you know, maybe right here and then on there too. So I'm guessing you could probably fit, I don't know, 12 bits in there, if not more, and it will probably still hold. So good alternative, and it works pretty good for me. And all I did was drill out the holes on the bottom, and I filed it down, or I sanded the inside down so it's nice and smooth so it wouldn't scratch this part of the bit. And then I just sprayed a bunch of clear coat in there so it's a little bit softer going in there so it wouldn't scratch it. So yeah, pretty good upgrade. All right, now we're going to be doing the thumb. Got our 1.5 inch bit on there. Double check that. Got our table lock down. But haven't touched the back or the drill press table at all. And we've got 1/8 table left and 1/4 table back. And we are good to go. All right, right on the line. So why don't you let me know what your favorite layout is. I'll put it down in the comments below. Do you have a favorite layout that you use on all your balls, or do you do different layouts on different balls that you have? I like to try out different layouts just to see if I notice much of a difference, and I really don't, but. So I'm gonna go down 3 inches, and then I'm gonna switch out to the Jopo bit. All right, there's my 3 inches. That's a little warm. We'll put that back in there, and then we'll switch it out here. Some people like to do step downs with different size bits. Some people like to do it with just one bit. I've seen people do the whole thing with this just in stages. I wouldn't recommend doing it all in one time just because the drill bit does get pretty warm, like I said in previous videos. And bowling balls and temperature differences do not really jive well. Let me know if you watch Luke Rosedahl's video about PSO scans with the different color depths. That was interesting. I didn't even know they did stuff like that. Okay. And that's it. We go down till it doesn't go down anymore. And that's not even super hot, just warm. I'm gonna give that a chance to cool down. We'll vacuum the rest of this out. Looking good. Oh, so I got the ball off the press. We'll do a quick measurement here with our Jayhawk ruler. And we got 4 1/4 and 4 1/4. So we're good on that. We will check the width of the holes. 0.953. 0.937. 0.149, looking good on that. And we'll check our pitch gauges here. Whoop, and then we'll do okay, we got a 1/4. And we got 1/8 on the thumb. Let's check the pitches on the ring finger. And we've got 5/16. We'll do that one as well too. We've got 5/16. Should be 3/8 on this one. 3/8 on the dot. And 5/16. 5/16. Looking good. But like I said, I do this every single ball drill. I get in the habit of doing it every single time because you never know. Something may be off with this, and I just want to double check. It doesn't hurt to be overcautious and double check all your work. All right, we're gonna bevel out these holes. By the way, if you look at the holes, if you see those holes there, bring it up a little bit closer there. They are nice and smooth, all right? Same with the thumb, nice and smooth. Look at that. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. All right, there we go. Let's do that one a little bit more here. So I had some people commenting on my post, especially the jig videos that I have, and they're like, how do you do it without getting vibration? How do you make that jig without vibration? Well, through trial and error, I realized that you can't, to get rid of all vibration, you can't go buy all this drill press and all this jig and all this other stuff and then go buy a $30 chuck. It doesn't work that way. That's what I did when I first started, is I bought these $30 chucks and they were all garbage. Right? If you look at my Lambrick keyless chuck review that I did a little short little video on that, I talk about that. And it's like putting, it's like buying a Ferrari and putting the cheapest gas you possibly can into the tank, or, you know, putting Costco tires on a Ferrari. I don't know. Like, it's just, you got to get good quality stuff if you want this to work correctly. And my motto is buy once, cry once, right? If you, I bought three $30 to $100 chucks on Amazon. They were all garbage. The run out on them was all absolute trash, and it caused everything to vibrate. Once I bought the Lambrick keyless chuck, all the vibration went away, right? So there's a couple things you want to do. You want to make sure you have no run out or very little run out in your chuck, whatever chuck you get. I'm not sponsored by Lambrick or anything. I mean, they cost me a damn fortune. It cost me close to $400 for that chuck. But, you know, make sure there's very little run out. Make sure that your drill bits are sharpened. You're not using old drill bits. That if you use like old worn out drill bits, you're going to get vibration, no matter what kind of jig you have, right? So, and that's how I got rid of that stuff. You know, it wasn't vibration free from the very get-go for my test jigs. But through trial and error, you just get good quality stuff. You have to get the good quality stuff, and you will have a vibration-free drill that drills you perfectly good holes, right? So you can have the best jig in the world. If you got crappy chuck and crappy drill bits, you will get vibration, I guarantee you. All right, so let's try this here. Got my glue here. Okay. I think the yellow looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself. And if you're still watching at this point, I really appreciate it. I don't think many people are watching to this point, or not. Hopefully they are. But since it's the Belmo Identity ball, I may get some lookers. Once again, one little drop of glue, and this insert is so tight in there that when you drop that glue, it spreads out across the hole. It just kind of the glue pushes itself out throughout the whole grip, so you really don't have to worry about putting too much on there. And also too, you don't want to put a lot on there if you do ever when you do change out grips, or you decide to sell the ball and take the grips out or whatnot and plug it up. You don't want to have to go through a whole bunch of glue. It's a nightmare. Okay, so we trial fitted that. That was okay. Get some glue. We got popsicle stick here. And then hopefully you can see that there. Okay. I try not to get the glue too high. Just get a little bit on the top there. And hopefully you can see in there. It's a little bit on the cover stock and in the inside here. Should be fine. All right, we got our line here. Push it down in there. Boom. Centralizer in there. Let that sit for 5 minutes. And then we cut down the Jopo. All right, cutting down the Jopo. I made my marks around the outside of the Jopo so that I know when the plug cutter hits the ball to stop. That's it. No more. Let's see here. All right, very last step is, so like I said before in previous videos, when you push that plug cutter down, it kind of gives this remaining here that you just pull up, and you can easily get that with a bevel knife that costs you $7 on Amazon, and you just have to kind of come at it at an angle. Be careful not to get the inside of the Jopo. You don't want to make that any thinner than it already is. I'll take a look at that and make sure it's not sticking out, and we're looking pretty good. Last thing to do is check my Jopo fit. Good to go. Look at that, huh? Beautiful. Fits in there nice and flush. We got ourselves a Belmo Identity for a one-hander. If you like the video, put a like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And like I said, if you made it this far, you are my hero. I thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. By the way, another thing too, if you're watching this, I've got a giveaway for July. It is the hammer rotating ball cup that I'm giving away. Just go to my video called July Giveaway to enter. You just have to answer one question. If you watch the 40-second video, there's one question that I ask, and everybody who gets that answer correct will be entered. And so far, I believe there's only maybe 13 people that have entered so far. So you got till the end of the month. And good luck, everybody. Voila! All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, I should roll this ball on Monday, July 8th. What is it? 4th, 5th, 6th? Wait, 5th, 6th, no, 7th. Okay. July 7th, I should roll this. I should have a video up on the 8th of July, seeing how this ball did for me. And once again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.